Alright. So, let's get into the game. I think I have to load my file, which was the ending of Route A. And we're starting the library. Oh, wait a minute. Is this gonna start... Because if we do a small recap of Kaine's kind of introductions in Route A. So we meet her pre-time skip, and then we get to a big confrontation with the Shadow Lord. And, well, I guess this is slight spoilers, but if you miss the streams, VODs are up. But, Kaine sacrifices herself in order for a beast to be held in the basement of the library. So, like, I mean, there's a whole battle before that, but, like, Emil uses his petrification on Kaine to seal the door. So I wonder if this is going to be pre-petrification or, like, when they release her. Interesting, okay. But regardless, this should be Kaine's kind of side of the story. Or kind of like a retread of events we've played, but in Kaine's perspective, I guess. So, let's see what it is. Let's dive in. Let's see. Oh, it's when...
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded.
So this is when they unpetrify her. Interesting.
Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway.
It's interesting that this route starts here. Okay. But I guess we're gonna just get added details that fill in the blanks somewhat. That's fine. That's how a NieR game goes. Kaine's dreams. Discrimination. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound. Causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the veins slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine. The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies. Demo or Daimo? The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated and, if possible, destroyed. "I didn't say you could leave, freak." Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. "He can't hurt me," she lied to herself. "Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt..." Oh look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. "Even the weather hates me. I'm useless, a failure." I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. "Show me." "No." "Did you just say no?" Demo grinned evilly. "You don't say no to me. No one says no to me." Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. "Come on guys, let's give the freak what she deserves." As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. "I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are." Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. "Go home?" Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. "Freak," chanted the children. "Freak, freak, freak." Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the older children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. "Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of your little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock, you can count on it." The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. "Ow!" he screamed, leaping to his feet. "Stop it, what are you doing?" "Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch." "You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me." The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid." Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. "Get out! Leave this village. No one wants you here, either of you." Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Emil and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said. Oops. Okay, I can just... Damn it. I didn't mean to skip that. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine and she turned away. I guess I would assume that the grandmother said like something along the lines of you could have fought back or something. My itchy trigger finger. Don't be so nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I caused bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't... Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. No worries, Ash. Sorry I couldn't respond before. I was like just so invested. Alright. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kaine's dream, daily life. Dang, we're getting a lot of Kaine's story through text, which is fine. In the distance. So this is Kaine daily life. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailors blush. Grandma, called Kaine. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. When she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something? The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the Eyrie. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it, ugh, crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You were to practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress. But Kaine didn't notice. Grandma? Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. Stop that. Stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across the dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade. Or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. Hey lady, said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me, they seemed to say. But Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right, before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Huh, barked Demo. That old bitch finally keel over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. But before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall, behind the counter, rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. "You like that picture?" Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. "That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now." Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. "Pictures are wonderful things," continued the shopkeeper. "They let the ones closest to you live on forever." He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. "You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw." Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. "Yes, I've heard the rumors about you," he said. "It's a small village and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Callie, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable." "Grandma's name is Callie?" thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. "Your grandmother is an old friend of mine," he said as Kaine scooted away yet again, "and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much." Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked her grandmother with a yawn. "Come here, let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine with a small smile. "No, seriously, it was." "Fun, eh?" asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. "Uh-huh, so anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. Ah yes, the gut-wrencher of the game. I mean, it's already hitting emotionally, but welcome in, my crud. "A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone." "But Grandma, it'll make you live forever." "Oh shit," said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. "Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner." But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. "It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all." "I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. "Let me be the judge of that," she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, and slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she said between laughter. "You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it." "But..." "Hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself into Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Kaine's dreams of separation, here we go. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry." "Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Yeah, well, sure looks like a bug," said Kaine. "And I think it's burnt or something, 'cause it smells terrible." With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old woman. "Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact." 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What in the hell for?" Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "Goddamn, girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let 'em come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. Well, shoot, I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other. Grandma, no. If I don't go to the Kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seems my mind is... She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of Lunar's tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. You're gonna be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become. Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, said the old woman, and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it, what the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself with the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach nod in on itself. No, oh God, no! Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Grandma! Kaine ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground. But she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark, not just fire. Can't be fire, too much smoke. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet, and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "Alright, you bastard," she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me. Let's go." The shade eyed Kaine with a bemused interest, then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced toward the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kaine. "Alive!" Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. "Get up! Get up! Get up, get up, get up, get up, now!" As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped toward the house and pinned her grandma to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer." Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with a maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. "Bastard," laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. "Yeah, I see your plan." The shade moved its claws slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. "I'm gonna kill this bastard." Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from her pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back," she screamed. "Give her back to me." It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. "Kaine?" Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. "Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't best this one." Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. "Grandma, come on, we have to go." The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. "Grandma, no. No!" "I said run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through." The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth, and dissolving into the smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept toward its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head rolled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow, she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment. Laughing like a madwoman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. 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 Kill it now. As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Damn. So are you telling me that when Kaine was petrified, her only thoughts were of her grandmother? That's so tragic.
The beast approaches. Oh, I know.
Damn. That's why Kaine hated that shade at the Eyrie so much. Now we know why Kaine hated it with a burning passion. So, do we kill it? Are we playing as NieR? Oh, we're playing as NieR still? Oh. I thought we'd be playing as Kaine.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today. I saw it. It's lighter.
It's not the blade but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
I'm assuming we might be getting more like text portions for Kaine's like memories. I don't mind reading them. But we do know that I guess Kaine's sort of personality changed that day. As survival and the urge to kill blended into one sort of motivation, I think. Sadly. Kaine? Kaine's dreams encounter. Oh, she's not conscious yet, that's why. Gently, weakly, softly, the shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Cried a sudden voice from the depths of the mind. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you, that way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop, no, don't hurt that picture. Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. He's perfect now. She's just like you. She looks just like you. Ha-cha-cha-cha. I look like that? Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house. And waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me. Save me. Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse. A freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Oh God, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet, but then began moving up toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. "Come on," said the voice. "Let it go." Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. "Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die. So why not let me have it?" "Have what?" "Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind." The voice paused, as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. "And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood, just like before." In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. "Are you a shade?" "Yeah, maybe. What of it?" The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight. All she could manage was a small whispered moan. "Feels good, don't it?" said the voice with a chuckle. "What can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade." A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. "I can see better," she thought. "My eye must be growing back too." The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. "Stop," she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. "Stop." Black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. "Ah, what the hell, sunshine," screamed the voice. "We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die." Grandma said, "Can't die yet." A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. "That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die." Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern, the pattern of the shades, burn itself into her left arm. "Well, I'll be damned," said the voice cheerfully. "Look at that, sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now." Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letter seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. "Stop. Gotta stop." Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. "Come on, don't fight it," pleaded the voice. "Hate's my favorite dish and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and... Shut up. Shut up and get the hell out of my body." "Your body? Oh, that's rich, sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead." Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. "Stupid idiot girl, you're possessed now, sunshine, and there ain't no going back." The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. "Possessed?" whispered Kaine. "Yeah, possessed. You and me, we got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now." Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. "Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world?" So, listen," purred the voice. "I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies, people you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? We'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt to her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it, you and me? You could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go. Look at you go. Oh, sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Taran, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade, I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Taran. Count on it. Laughed Taran. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I'm not a shade. I'm Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. And this time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the area aroused to their daily lives, she remained in that position as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world. Bro. So, the reason why she's so, grumpy and angry all the time is because she made that deal with that shade.
You gotta live.
That's crazy.
You gotta come back to us.
So that explains why she always has gruff attitude. That's crazy.
Oh, hey.
Damn. Emil.
Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course.
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
5 years.
That tender gaze they share is kind of nice.
Shit. That's a long time.
It is.
Any luck with Yonah?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
So I guess this is where we play as Kaine now, but I kind of wonder because, like, are they gonna make us jump through the same hoops like in Route A, or are they gonna change it up? I wonder.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Because I feel like more of this route is like Kaine going through her
Kaine waking
memories.
from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
Right. So
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious.
Please try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
I guess while Protag is out and about, you're gonna be playing as Kaine and Emil, I guess, in the meantime, since they can't stay in the village. And I guess we're gonna be doing like their perspective in this route, maybe.
This is crap, and you know it.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me.
No, Emil, don't say that. Emil's best boy, guys. He's a friend that must be protected.
As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
So I guess this is where we pick up as Kaine. Or maybe not.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
Okay. So these are familiar beats, story beats.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola.
Right.
But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades.
Mm-hmm. I guess Protag's like
Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola?
coming to terms with it, but at the same time, I can understand his anger.
In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Yeah, I would feel guilty too. Ay, ay.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil, but what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that?
Campfires are weird.
I guess Emil and Kaine are like bonding.
I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
I like this.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
And when she was petrified, yeah.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I could look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
Yeah, they bonded during the course of the game. But we didn't see it.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
Oh, we're still playing as Protag? Oh, interesting.
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
Oh.
I have not heard you speak much about your mother.
Yeah, he never really... Protag never talked about his parents.
She got the Black Scrawl and died when I was little.
Ah.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
Wait, so the diary entries of... The diary entries in the loading screen is from his mother? Dang.
I see.
I thought it was Yonah, but it's from his mom.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Are we nearer to the end? I did see that joke too earlier when you first came in, Ash, but we're actually starting Route B, so welcome back.
Well, here, take a look.
So the final entries of the mom's diary was strange, huh? System data saved. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why did it suddenly save?
Say there. Can you not hear me?
Wait a minute, what's happening? What is happening? Oh my gosh. Guys, it's...
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or
Oh,
something.
what is happening, yo?
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed.
Oh my gosh.
Come now. There's the door.
Why are we now Papa...
Let's go.
Why are we Papa NieR? What the frig is happening? What is happening? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I have the notes or the document. No, this is a letter from Emil. We've already read all these. These are Emil's backstory ones. Wedding invitation we got. Yeah, we already read all these. Yeah, but this is crazy. Why are we suddenly Papa NieR? What the heck is happening? Wait. I'm so surprised and confused. I mean, can I go back or do I have to go forward? What is happening? Proceed beyond this point and you'll be unable to save until the battle is over. Do you want to go through the door? Can I save here? Hold on. No, I guess it did save us here. So it's saved and we ended up here. Let's see what happens if we go back. Hold on. Oh, and it's saving again? I'm so like flabbergasted right now. What just happened?
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant
Wait,
dream.
so can I like trigger this again? Hold on.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Interesting. Hold on. What the? So wait. I'm trying to like rack my brain around this little thing. Is this like a little bonus thing to like to include Papa NieR, which could be this protag's dad? Wait a minute. Let's go back.
The diary again?
Yeah. Lately, I haven't been able to stop thinking about
Alright,
it.
let's move forward with whatever this is. Let me see.
The world of the recycled vessel.
Alright, let's see what this is all about. Shout out to Gestalt, right? It's crazy. And you're playing as Papa NieR. So what do they say? You can't save until the battle is over. Do you want to go through this door? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So is this like a boss rush? This is the world of the recycled vessel, created to avoid the destruction of all. What the heck? Hold on. Hold on. Is this just like a bonus mode, or is this part of the game? Or like the plot? I'm so confused. This is a cool remix though. This is kind of cool. I wonder if the original voice actor for Papa NieR reprised his role, because that would be pretty cool. This is pretty sick. No map, right? So this is a tower? This is interesting. I was not expecting a mode like this. Like, don't get me wrong, this might be outside of the main plot, but this is sick. This is crazy. Yeah, but again, this is a pretty good remix of the theme. Pretty cool. Why is this providing so much joy right now? I don't know why. Is it because it's Papa NieR? I don't know. Okay, so that's the shadow at the bottom. Okay. Obtained medicinal herb ×3. Wait a minute. What is this mode? Is it just like miscellaneous mode? You can the black scroll, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. I also like how the graphics are a little like janky. Like I'm sure that's intentional, but it's like a nice touch. And the remix music is fantastic. Oops. I was not expecting like a dungeon rush. This is very interesting. More herbs, okay. Soldiers of Salt calling forth white death. They are legion, those who plunged into the world of darkness. So we're back to the library. I mean, the setup for this is like he's reading the last diary entries of his mother, the protag, and I'm guessing this is like a representation of that, maybe? I don't know. And I don't know if it's like a placebo effect, but it feels like Papa NieR is like attacking more faster. Or like attacking more powerfully. I might be wrong though. Oops. Okay, what's the next entry? Obtained one-handed sword, Fool's Embrace. The dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering onto it the power of magic. That is a reference to the Drakengard ending that led into the world of NieR. Oh. Oh, he's armored. Oops. Oops. Okay, what's next? It's kind of cool playing as Papa NieR. The music is hitting. This music slaps. The black sickness stains the future. The journey to return to soulless vessels. They journey to return to soulless vessels. This is cool. What is this mode? I mean, we're basically like exploring areas we've been to already. But I wonder why. I was just expecting to play as Kaine, but the fact that we're playing as Papa NieR with this extra thing is crazy. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay. So I need to take care of him before we hit that ledge. And I can't save, so I have to go through whatever this is. Obtain the Kabuki outfit. Okay, I guess that's it. Earn 1000 XP points. So a weapon, an outfit, and XP. 2 doors? It showed that one. But what happens if I go through this one? Oh, the store has been completed. Oh! So you just go through and get more rewards and stuff? Let's do one more then. Let's do one more of these and then we'll get on with the actual game. The apocalypse divided the world in two. One that knows not day and one which has never seen the night. Oops. Following actions are prohibited, so I can't use voice. Okay, so this is the area where it restricts some actions. Got it. This music though, so good. Black and white, 13 packs. The vessel's forms waver as they cross time and space. my gosh. So this is basically Dungeon Rush mode to get like extra things and XP, which is interesting. It may be an extra mode, but I'm here for it. This is cool. Okay, I guess I can't go that way. Oh wait. Oh. No map, right? Yeah.
Seems we have been shut in. Seems we have been shut in.
Thanks, Vice. Okay. Maybe some of these dire edges are Yonah's. The song of man has been drowned out. In its place, the scream of something inhuman. Okay. So this is like the machine portion, I guess. next? Obtain the two-handed sword, Fool's Lament. The sky falls with the dragon. The world ends this day. Oops. Wait a minute. This looks like the beginning section or beginning area, because we've never been here in the main game. So I guess this is like the city after the dragon fell. And if so, that's pretty cool. Because this looks like a basketball court. And we've never seen any area like this in the main game. So then, if these are entries in NieR's mother's diary, then that means she lived through and experienced the fall of the dragon on the city, which is my assumption here. Yeah, this is a new area. Interesting. The puppet priest collects the accursed prayers and polishes the vessel. Oh, we're in facade. Oh, is this a turret section? Cool. It's cool that they added in little extras like this. And what is like a very like otherwise depressing game, they add in a section with like banging music and playing as Papa NieR as a bonus. It's kind of cool. This caught me by surprise, but it's a very welcome surprise. Am I going around the whole kingdom? Seems like it. Seems like it. I wonder how many doors there are in total for this like bonus stuff. I wonder. So we ran around the whole kingdom of facade. Is that it? Because we're back at the entrance, I think. This music is very reminiscent of like Devil May Cry music. Obtained the samurai outfit. 4,000 EXP points? Damn. 10,000 gold. Another door? I wonder how many there are in total. I love how he's just like stretching. Alright. Maybe we'll save it for... Save the other door for another stream. Because I want to kind of progress the Ruby / Kaine path. Okay.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most
It's kind-
unpleasant dream.
It's kind of funny because all the voice actors aside from Protag are probably like returning for returned, or they use like the same voice track. So voice is the same actor as like the Gestalt game.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
All right. Interesting though. Oops. Okay. Let's see. Let me save first. But what weapon did we get? Hold on. So I got a one-handed sword. Fool's Embrace. And it starts at 200? That's pretty good. It's very heavy though. Okay, what about two-handed? Fool's Lament. So it's all very heavy weapons. Interesting. Okay.
Hey.
Oh, hi.
So these are the same, similar if not the same sort of story beats.
I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village, and that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting.
I mean, I guess that's true.
Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
Alright.
I wonder if there are side quests to do. Let me see. Maybe not.
Welcome.
New weapons? No new weapons? Okay.
Blacksmiths always do well in times like these.
But you have no weapons to sell. Alright, you know what? That Papa NieR section is kind of itching my interest or curiosity right now. We'll go through the third door and see if that's like the last door to do. I mean, to be honest, I never played as Papa NieR, so it's kind of a nice surprise.
The diary again.
Yeah. Lately.
The world.
Alright, let's do this third door. See if it's the last door, which I'm assuming it's not, but it's fine. Alright. Oh wait, what did it say? You sense something terribly sinister beyond this door. It may be difficult to endure what awaits on the other side unless your soul is at least level 33. Do you want to open the door? No. What level am I right now? Oh, I'm level 32, it's fine. I'm only one level behind, it's fine. This is fine. Shin and Vice are always together. That's a new entry, actually, a diary entry. Alright, let's see. So long as this memory exists, as long as mankind has hope, a bloody battle will be waged over the holy domain of the body. This is a new area. Seems like seafront. Okay. What's next? Foolish human. Foolish vessel. Oops. Maybe I don't need to attack the boars. Okay, maybe not. I think I can use the boars to my advantage here. Except I shouldn't get hit. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. I can see the difficulty with this one because there's a lot of small shades. I gotta group them up and see if I can get the boar to attack. Exactly. But without getting hit myself. Interesting. gosh. Because they go down pretty fast in one hit. Okay. Do I have to kill the boars? I hope not. Oh, do I have to kill them? Kinda wonder now. Okay, that's one down. Oops. Okay, that's two. Sorry, boars. Okay. All is paid. All is sacrifice. Interesting. We're here now. Underground lab. Wait, is this a secret door or a level? Oh, it goes here. Okay.
Seems we have been shut in.
Oh, this is the big door. I don't think I've had a big door before. Unless we were going to like the main sort of section. It is giving us a lot of materials. Okay. Where does this lead? Boss fight?
It seems we have been shut in.
Thank you, Ice. Obtain the spear, Fool's Accord. Do not bring back the light. Do not bring the light. Do not bring back the vessel. Do not bring back the future. Do not bring it back. Sorry, I'm not talking much. This is like taking a lot of concentration, to be honest. It's fine. Alright. Oops. Okay. This area is done. Every beam of light is an invitation to death. That's a very interesting thing to say. Oops. I don't think I can jump that. Is there another way around? Oh. Oops. Oops. Whoops. Yeah, this enemy's annoying because, like, if you shoot him with that, he has a... Hold on. What an annoying enemy. Hold on. There we go. There, where's the next drop off? Oops. This bridge is so freaking narrow, I hate it. Oy. This is annoying. Okay, that's new. That's new too. I guess there was an easier way to do it, but I just chose to attack him head on. Oh, great. This guy's more manageable though, because he doesn't have heavy armor. Okay, oops. Okay. What now? Oops. Oops. My parries are not coming out the way I want them to. Oh my gosh. Damn it. I should have been more patient. Dang it. So, are you telling me I have to go through that whole thing again from the beginning? Yeah, we'll save that for another time.
My word.
I know what you...
Okay. We'll come back to that. If we can. Alright. That's insane. That one's like long too. Alright, let's talk to Popola. Sorry for that extended sort of side adventure, but I didn't know there was a mode like that. It's crazy.
Popola?
Oh, hello.
Look, I want to apologize for
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers. And I jumped down your throat for it.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh, it was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So, take a boat.
A boat?
Yes. The canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected. What with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat. The ferryman will let you use it free
Okay,
of
so
charge.
this is all not new.
That should make it easier for you.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. All right. I'll see you around.
And for the love of everything, be careful.
Okay, so where does this lead us? Do I have to still... Okay, hold on. So then... Can I go straight there, or do I need a key still? What's going on? Let me save.
The path above the entrance to the shopping district should lead to the boat landing.
How excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yonah. Let's use it as often as we need.
Okay. Save this. Let me check in the other areas. But I guess you don't really play as Kaine, which is surprising to me. So there are still side quests available.
Which job should I give you first?
Damage map.
Want to help out the village blacksmith?
Okay. Oh, I guess like we still need to take care of that too.
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm collecting. That's why I'm looking for.
I guess I should.
One could hardly expect.
Okay, so this is like an old quest that we didn't finish. This guy is talking about maps and it's like, can you bring me one? And I guess there's one in the library. And then we have to get materials to repair the map. Take it to the Strange Things shop in the Kingdom of Facade. And then the map is repaired, but we don't really know where it is. Because like, I think we need to explore the Lost Shrine. I think to find whatever the lost treasure is. And we never really got around to that. So I guess some side quests carry over, you just need to start them again. Interestingly enough.
As a fellow tome,
Calm down. Let's see. Hey.
it is.
Yeah.
It's the map,
I wait.
but we can't make anything because of it because it's dirty and like old and worn down and torn out. Or like it's very old and rusted over, I guess. Okay, hold on. Hold on, let me see. Is there a completion for how many side quests I've done? 70% is not bad. So maybe I can like do that. But I guess like these oh, are these like early game that I didn't finish? That's fine. Okay. 70% is not bad for up to this point, I guess. I don't think I need to do every side quest, but alright, hold on. Strange Things store. Okay. Okay, let's visit Facade real fast.
Hey, look who it is.
Yes, I remember him.
me?
That red pack.
It's good to see him again.
Hey.
Sure has. Apparently.
Oh yeah.
Thanks. Anyway.
Okay. Let me go to the desert first. So yeah, it's good to see him again because something happens to him and he gets replaced, so we don't have that personal connection with him anymore, sadly. But I wonder if that same thing will happen to him in this route. I'm not sure. It'd be kind of sad if it did. I'm assuming that we'll be still like going through the same beats, story beats, except we'll get more snippets with like Kaine's memories. That's what I'm assuming. And that's okay. Like, I don't mind revisiting the same story beats. But I want to see if I can get this side quest done before everything goes down. And there's this side quest, which I don't know how to finish, but it's fine.
Hey, can you fix damaged books? And what?
You need materials. Machine oil, eggplants, and goat hides. Right. So then what do I have of that so far? I have machine oil, I need eggplants, and goat hides. Okay. We know where to farm goat hides, but it's kind of annoying. What do I need? Eggplants? Oh, this is the weapon store. Oops. I guess routes A and B's, route A and B's and NieR games are like very similar. It only starts to change drastically with route C, which makes sense. So I'm ready for when we get to route C. You don't sell eggplants, do you? Damn it. And then I guess this is like the seed store. Oh no, this is like other things. Wolf hides. I don't need any of this. Alright. Oops. Whoops.
Oh, great. Covered in sand.
Diving in sand is an excellent way to lose health. Do try to be more careful, hmm?
It's funny. Alright. Oops. I almost jumped in sand again. Okay. Hold on. Let me restart that other quest too. Because I think I know how to do that one as well. Hold on. That one takes like some time with like being a green thumb and stuff. So let me start that again.
Sure.
So she wants 10, what is it? Pink flower seeds? Pink moonflower seeds. That takes time. Alright. But for now, let's go back.
It's hard to believe there are plants that can grow in this desert.
Exactly.
Yeah, this'll never work.
How do you mean?
I mean, if plants could grow here, it would be full of them. God, books can be so stupid sometimes.
Have you ever planted anything before, Kaine?
Nope.
Well, then you don't know. You gotta try things out for yourself.
That's true.
Indeed. Experimentation can often be the key to new knowledge.
You guys sure are a bunch of optimists.
Alright, so goat hides I need to get from here. But they don't always drop. Alright, goats. Please drop some goat hides, please. Goat meat. Oops, I didn't mean to attack the boar. That's not good. Goat meat. Goat hide, that's 1. Goat meat. Gotta get out of here before he attacks me. I guess boars hold grudges. But it's really odd that they put a board like right there. Alright. I want to try another crack at the third door for Papa NieR. Hold on. I think these need 1 more day to wilt, and then I can take the seeds. So that takes real time. IRL, real days, which is time consuming. But I couldn't do that off stream, I guess. Okay. Let's try this one more time.
Yeah. Lately I haven't.
What do you think of this game? It's alright. To be honest, most of it's like side quests in the beginning, but the story itself is fine, I think. Because it's like a remaster or a remake of an older game, it's like maybe some things didn't age well, but you just finished a replay of NieR Automata, so wondering if it's worth it as a next play. If you don't mind like the structure of like you know, the replaying the game to get the full story, then that's fine. And you kind of get the origins of like some things that lead into NieR Automata. So, but what's up, Firujan? Firu, it's been a while. How you doing, bro? Okay, let me try this again. I just can't die because I think I have to start from the start of it again. Not bad. How's you? I'm good. I'm good. All things considered, I'm good. This is like, I guess it's the same combat, but like, this particular section is like, not part of the main game. Well, I mean, the combat looks flashy because this is like, me using a spear, I guess. And you can like, weapon change. This is like two-handed weapon, one-handed weapon. What's your favorite weapon? For me, spears are easy to use, but they're kind of lacking in power somewhat too. But if you can like get your hits in, it's pretty good. But like some things are different from Automata. Like, Protag in this game does not hold onto ledges and pick himself up when like jumping onto like ledges and stuff, so that's kind of annoying. Doesn't climb up ladders as fast as 2B does. Other than that though, it's like... Oh, and like to use items you gotta go to a separate menu. It's not just like a quick use, like in Automata. It's because the systems are older, right? Because it's from an older game. So they didn't really change any of that. They didn't really include quality of life stuff, but that's fine. If you can get past some of the old stuff, yeah, it's like... If you can get past some of the more like older mechanics, then it's fine. The story itself is pretty good too, because you kind of see the beginnings of like the things that led into the events of Automata, which is like maybe years, many years before that happened, so. But I'll say like the route A and B, I think, it's very repetitive because like the early game is very like side quest heavy. So Automata story is so good. Yeah, I played Automata, so that's kind of, I've been working my way backwards kind of because I played Automata first, and now I'm playing Replicant. Even watching the anime was amazing. I didn't watch the anime. I need to continue. I only watched like the first episode or two, but I know it's like another sort of reimagining, so I'll probably get around to it at some point. So all good there. Oops. Let me see if I can get a parry off. Oops. No, that didn't work. Oh, what the? I guess I can't parry that one. Hold on. You'd say it's a good alternate universe? Yeah. The story told very well, I'd imagine. Oh, I guess I can't parry the hammer down attack. My parries are not coming out right now. But this game is like Automata, just like in an earlier time. Music hits, gameplay hits, so it's pretty good. But again, this section I'm playing right now is like kind of separate to the main game. Seems very super fun. You sleep, good night. Yeah, no worries, man. Get some good rest. Hope your day goes well. Hope your week's going well. Good to see you. Take it easy, Fear. Oops. Okay, I need to be careful here so I don't die. Oops. That should be it, I think. Alright. It's just when I get to the bridge section that's gonna give me problems, I think. Alright. All is paid, all is sacrificed. I forget what this one was. Alright. I think I can move forward without opening everything, right? Okay. I can kind of skip some enemies. It's fine. Unless I need to do 100%. Hold on. I mean, I guess this is just for materials, but... Alright. It's fine.
It seems we have been shut in.
Alright. Alright, let's see. Okay.
It seems we have been shut in.
Alright, is this the tough section? Let's see. Do not bring back the light, do not bring back the vessel, do not bring back the future, do not bring it back. Oh, this is the other annoying section. Again, sorry for the silence, folks. Just trying to like get through this without like dying. Otherwise I have to start from the beginning. Alright. I think this is the section that killed me. Every beam of light is an invitation to death. Alright, here we go. I gotta focus for this part. Okay. Down here. Okay, he's gone, so I can focus on these guys. Oops. Okay. Alright. Next. What do I need to jump down to? Hold on. Oh, right here. Oops. Okay, finally. Sorry if this is kind of boring to people, but just want to get through this. See if this is the last door. Alright. So he's heavily armored but highly weak to magic. Good to know. I think I figured that out like too late when I was like wasting health items. Alright. Oops. Okay, now this guy I got to gung ho. I got to trigger happy with this one. Or actually no, the third one I got to trigger happy. Okay, now the third one is where I'm gonna have to sort of watch myself. Alright. He's kind of armored right now, okay. Oops. Oops. Oh oh my gosh. Okay, he's down to half, so we're okay. Okay, nice. Well, there's one more. Damn it. Okay. He does way more damage. Okay. Uh-oh. It does take a lot of magic damage though, but it does fire back. Okay. I just need to dodge the Magic balls. Alright. Okay, nice. Oh man, that was a struggle. 10,000 experience points though. 50,000 gold? It's pretty good. A dreaming vessel in a recycled world. Until the time of its awakening comes. So is that this last diary entry? There's only 3, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's only 3.
Is that all?
Huh?
Is that the final entry of the diary?
It is.
It seems that way.
Interesting.
You figure anything out?
I fear not.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So just like extra XP and gold and weapons, I guess. Maybe missable weapons. Alright, well, thankfully it's only 3, because that third one was pretty hard, and I would imagine if there's another door, it would only get more crazy difficult. Okay. So we need to go to the Lost Shrine, but we also have these side quests to do. You know what? I feel like those are kind of inconsequential right now. But I do want to see if I can buy any other weapons right now. So let me stock up on some items, check weapon stores in all places, and then we'll go.
I worked it out. The 2 boys.
Okay. Okay.
Shop here more often, yeah? I'm damn near broke.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sure the weapon store doesn't have anything new here.
Thanks.
You don't have what I need.
Thing.
Okay.
Come again anytime, okay?
Okay, yeah, let's head over to the Lost Shrine. Get that started, and then let's see what other snippets of Kaine's story we can sort of gather.
Oh there! Just
Okay. Alright, let's go.
the Lost Shrine's up ahead, just past this cave.
As well as the Shadow Lord's castle.
Let us make haste.
Alright. So I'm assuming we're gonna have to go through getting the stone fragments again to make the key. But in doing so, we'll, like, get more memories of Kaine, I guess. Oh! This is new. Hansel. What do you want? Go away, dirty defective swine. I'm not like you, I'm different. Oh, that's sad. Hansel and Gretel, but Hansel's not there, but Gretel's alone. Oh no. That's kind of sad. So yeah, we're getting new snippets of other things that we haven't seen. Which is probably going to bring more pain. Let's be honest, it's a NieR game. Alright. I hope we get to see more moments of Emil and Kaine bonding. Those moments were pretty precious. And I hope we can see more. That one moment, I should say, was pretty precious. And I hope we can see more of that. Or maybe it's just one scene to imply that all the times that we went back to the village, that Kaine and Emil were just like hanging out. Which is nice too. Alright. Oh, Gretel. You again. It's not bothering me. Grumar Vice has been taken away. Hansel is dead. There's no reason for me to exist anymore. Oh, this is really sad. My life is over. Just leave me alone. Poor Gretel. What? Hey, he's like talking with the shades. That's like very interesting, also very tragic. Because he killed his brother, or his...
Ain't you excited, sunshine?
Ooh.
We finally get to bathe in blood.
Don't talk to me.
I want to kill so bad I can barely stand it.
Damn. Tyrann inside Kaine. Very interesting. Which means I guess we gotta sort of take on enemies now to kind of prevent Tyrann from taking over Kaine 100%. So there is a reason why, I guess, she has to keep fighting. She has to keep killing shades. Or more or less killing. How much XP do I need? 60,000 to get to the next level? Damn. Oh, this is new. We have to do this again? Okay.
This is all too easy.
Yeah, these shades are really weak. I wonder why. Okay, so I have to solve these again, huh? Alright. Wait a minute. Oh, you got it. Nothing like some light puzzle solving with some huge cubes. I don't even need to push them all the way down, or like to the sides. Just need to move it so I can open the door. There we go. Okay. Oh wow, the shades are saying turn back.
What's with these guys?
Certainly not your garden variety shades.
Interesting.
Their bodies aren't fully functional.
Say, I've heard of this. A cursed area where incomplete shades gather.
Incomplete shades? Where incomplete shades gather, is what Turan is saying. So we're getting a bit more context with Turan speaking in Kaine, which is interesting. That must be why they're so weak, because they're incomplete. But they're also saying turn back. Let me go back. Let's get those shades. So I guess because Kaine has Turan, we can maybe hear what the shades are saying. Interesting. And all we've heard them say so far is turn back. Now I'm curious what they'll say when we actually get to where we need to go. This is very intriguing, because we're getting, although very small snippets, they are still new snippets. I've treated you all poorly. I mocked you, betrayed you, all because you went gestalt before the change was complete. But, after all this, I think I can understand you. I think we can speak as equals. This makes me very happy. I hope we can spend the rest of our life. What was that? Oh, I guess they can hear us fighting. Or opening the door.
Kaine, Emil, look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
I can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village. It's stupid.
So you're staging a protest? Fun.
Don't waste your time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us.
Emil.
You've got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you catch a cold? Besides, I like camping with Kaine. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast...
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
And we saw a small snippet of that, of them bonding, which is very nice. Okay. Oh, is Gretel's there just hanging out with the shades, and then we come in and we have to like fight him? Oh, this makes me so torn now.
We seem to be surrounded by a mob of helpless puppies.
Just kick him aside.
So I do remember that we come here and we have to fight a Gretel, I guess. But now that he's connecting, or it's connecting with the shades, and they're having a very tender moment, and I'm just like coming in and breaking that up. Oh man, I feel so conflicted. This sucks. NieR is pain. Yeah, there he is. Don't you touch them. Oh, he's protecting the shades. I see, I see. So there's a bit more context now. And we hear his internal dialogue. This is interesting, but also very sad. Stop, little ones, they're too strong for you.
Creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light. Pathetic to the end, I see.
And he's just trying to protect his...
It's the leader.
He's trying to protect his shade friends. Oh. I'm not their leader. It is I who rely on them. Damn, dude. It is they who saved me. Dude. Stop hurting my friends. Damn, dude. This...
Oh, you're funny. I'm gonna start crying here.
And the Tyran's just like his psycho self, just like enjoying the show through Kaine. This is interesting, I'll say, but also very sad. Because Gretel just wants to be with his shade buddies. But we have to go through them, sadly. Damn. And we can't hear it like Kaine can, I think. I think Kaine can understand the shades. So that's why we're getting like a lot more context in these fights now. Oh man. Those are my friends.
This is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
Hey there, sunshine. You ain't feeling bad for this week, are you? Ain't no turning back now. You got a lust for blood. Embrace the slaughter. All we know is the thrill of battle. Ain't
Also, we're not taking any damage.
that right, Kaine?
We were not taking any damage from those hits. I wonder why. Oh.
Kaine!
That's right. Kaine does get stabbed. But she's fine, guys. If you remember from Route 8 gameplay, She's fine. But I think
Oh, you're kidding me.
Turan.
Kaine!
Move, come on, you stupid arm, move. Oh, poor Gretel. He's like, my arm's not moving, and I want to defend my friends. Guys, again, NieR is pain. I feel so conflicted for ending this thing's life now. Ugh. I mean, Protag can't hear it, but Kaine could. Damn, dude. I think we're gonna get some Kaine memory from here too, before she gets back up. I think. Maybe?
Kaine! Are you alright? Kaine!
I fear there is little we can do for her.
No! Kaine!
What is happening?
It's all over for you, sunshine.
Kaine! Kaine!
So that's Turan taking over? Thinking that Kaine's dying? Right, we do need to fight her, that's alright.
It's Kaine's shade!
With no other choice, we must strike it down.
Kaine! Come back!
Now, pin her down.
Kaine, please!
Oh dear.
Oh, what's happening? Oh.
Kaine! Kaine!
Why did Vi say, oh dear?
Kaine!
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with...
We're always going to be together, Kaine. If you transform again, we'll just stop it again. As many times as it takes. I don't care how tough it is. We're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kaine. I'm able to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak, and I'm sad, and I'm lonely. But you make me strong. You're my friend, and I need you. So don't you dare leave me!
By the way, I did not press the button to advance.
Alright,
This is
stop crying.
auto right now. Or Emil's dialogue was auto advancing.
And... thanks. I'm alright.
So did we defeat Turan inside of her? Does that mean like Turan's not there anymore?
Over there.
So we do need to collect stone fragments again. Okay. Good to know. That's right. Okay.
And what is this?
It's me. It's got some kind of writing on it, but I don't know what it says.
How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's go ask Popola.
So yeah, the stone. We need to collect the stone fragments again to get the key.
It's a cipher of some kind.
Can you determine its meaning?
I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this.
That's right.
I wrote down all the words I can understand. This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the lost shrine, the words must mean something. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well.
So sacrifice is the Eyrie, Law of Robotics is the Junk Heap, Memory Tree is the Forest of Myth, and Loyal Cerberus is, if I remember correctly, it is a facade.
Sacrifice, the Law of Robotics, the Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus. The Law of Robotics probably refers to the Junk Heap, and the Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth. But as for Sacrifice and Loyal Cerberus, I don't have a clue.
We know because we went through this already.
Not a problem.
Hmm?
If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find, right?
Oh, splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murderous rampage.
They're just shades. Besides, it's the only way to reach the Shadow Lord.
It's a dangerous task.
Yeah, well, Yonah's in even more danger.
But how can you even be sure that she's...
Because she is! Right? The Junk Heap and the Forest of Myth, yeah? I'm on my way.
Please be careful. Don't push yourself too hard. Oh, and listen. About Kaine and Emil. The villagers know how much they've sacrificed, and they're thankful. It's just... they're scared, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'll hurry them along the best I can. But can you please give them a little more time?
I'll try.
No extra scenes with Emil and Kaine? It's kind of a lost opportunity. Let's go to the forest first.
Popola said we might be able to find something in the Forest of Myth.
You will forgive me if I seem less than enthusiastic about such a trip.
Okay. Let's see. So Forest of Myth is in the north, okay. So we do need to collect the stone fragments again. But I guess like with all the things that happen, that we know will happen, we might get a little more context surrounding them. Or some added details and snippets of stuff. Wait a minute, why is there a side quest here? What is this? Here, hold on. Okay, what is this? Who's this?
What's up?
Last month, my wife encountered some sheep in the plains. Then the foul creatures kicked the very life from her.
I guess I never really explored up to this area.
I came here to enact my revenge. But the beasts are far too violent for
So
me to take on.
This guy lost his partner to aggressive sheep?
So, you want me to hunt them down?
No, that won't do.
Oh, then what do you want?
They must suffer as she suffered.
Bro.
My good man, we are hardly in the business of punting fluffy animals to death.
I've heard you've tamed wild boars, yes? That you can mount and ride them as one would a common pack animal. That shall be my revenge. Mount your boar and ride headlong into the sheep.
Oh my goodness.
Annihilate them and all their kin across this plain.
This is hardly the most civilized of assignments.
I'm with Vice on this one.
Save your civilized concerns for one who has not experienced my pain.
But this guy's going through it.
These animals must suffer. They must pay for what they have done to my beloved.
I mean, sure. Taking all the sheep with the boar, sure. Oops. Oh, that you only get one chance. Got it. Alright.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm sure my wife sleeps easier.
So you don't need to get all of them? Okay.
Here is your payment.
I guess the more you take down, you might get more payment. Slain 4, you got 400. Yeah, that's fine.
If you would...
This guy's weird, dude. Oh, this is, I guess, a way to just get gold, I guess. That's fine. Okay. Let's go to the forest. Mr. Boar? There you are. Let's go to the forest. Excuse me, Emil. I wonder if we'll get anything extra, since this is Route B with Kaine's perspective.
The home of that blasted dream.
Vice.
Yeah.
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
I hear you.
Poor Vice. Alright.
Oh, hello. How are things? You want to know if anything unusual is happening? Well, I have been feeling a rather strange presence whenever I visit the Divine Tree.
I wonder if we have to experience the same dream or if it'll be different. Let's see.
The Divine Tree?
It's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of our village.
Did you investigate the cause of this presence?
Not really, no.
And why not?
Well, we're not really supposed to go near the tree, except for prayer.
And why is that?
I don't know. It's just how things have always been.
Weird.
Alright. So if anything, this is the stone fragment where we do need to probably navigate through the dream again. Alright.
We are the grass.
Oh.
The trees. The woods.
Why do we seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately?
Yeah.
You should talk, Vice.
As if Grimoire Vice is capable of spouting such nonsense.
It's funny.
Hang on. I don't think it's done.
Is the dark entity that governs all lives.
So, if I remember, this might be same or different. I don't clearly remember this particular section.
May the words form themselves to your liking.
I think it was like garbled before, but now it's like super clear, I think.
Does that mean it'll tell us what we want to know?
Oh wait.
That'd be nice.
Maybe not. I think it's the same. But let me see if the dream is the same too. Black, pure darkness, painted over everything. Words, scattered here and there across the blackness. Kind words, difficult words, amorous words, all sparkling in the dark like jewels. The words are few now, but time was shorter. Grabbing the words in desperation, the tree turned to the sky. "This is wrong," whispered the tree in the voice of wind through the leaves. "This is not how it was supposed to be. The plan has failed." Once long ago, the tree had remembered everything about the world. This was its task, its function, its purpose. It shivered with something approaching joy as it collected the memories of mankind. Right, so the dream was about the divine tree collecting memories and storing them. This was no accident. Emotions were as much a part of the tree as root and bark. Memories collected like dew on the thick green leaves of the tree. And once they had formed a web that spanned the entire world, words collapsed into sunlight before passing through the leaves and into the pool of memory. From the pool, the words joined together to form colonies. The colonies united into whirlpools of light, and the light coalesced into stars. Right, so this is kind of the same. And if I remember correctly, one dream is about a child who's dying and their friend. Another is about a warrior who lost all their allies. And I think a third one is like incomplete, but like talks about the Drakengard ending that leads into NieR, I think. Each star was a child of the tree, and it loved them all. Look at my memory. The child is here, brought low by disease. He is far too young to have suffered. Then beyond words, the boy's skin is a shade paler than the bleached sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. The boy too has abandoned hope. Strange emotions, weariness, hatred. This is basically the same, I think. He tries to resurrect the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. He's long ceased to resent his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there is little room in his heart to think of others. Let me see. I do need to go through it to see if there's anything different. But let me see. Only one person brings the boy comfort. A healthy young girl with tan skin and deep blue eyes. She is a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him. But he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming. He knows this. His every waking moment is spent in fear of this day. He thinks that if he could talk to her, if he could tell her of his feelings, this might not be so. But this conversation never happens. That's right. The girl disappears. The boy dies alone. The tree scoops up this memory and carefully stores it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word, envy. Female warrior. Greatest enemy is a beast with red eyes that she cannot fully comprehend. When she strikes it with her sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. But when the white smoke clears, a new enemy rises, and another, and another. The warrior knows that her struggle is folly, but fighting the unending stream of enemies fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind lies a vague memory of a daughter. That's right. Perhaps the child exists only in her head, a dying remnants of a powerful dream. She does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go. Some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began the fight with 23 companions, but most are gone now. Okay, so that's different. The first time we did this dream, it was 33, not 23. So instead of skipping through, if we skip through, we might have been screwed. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce low sound, the arena is already enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large that it blots out the sky. She's laughing. She has been doing so for as long as she can remember. Covered in blood and dirt, the warrior laughs. She laughs and laughs until the town that contains her daughter collapses into a pile of dust. This memory has been stored for a long time. It is etched with a single word, loss. Look at my memory. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Now the memory's been lost, a shame. It was a favorite. So yeah, that indicates the ending of Drakengard 1 that starts the world of NieR. After many centuries of existence, the tree saw that its carefully labeled memories were beginning to dwindle. Once seemingly infinite, the memories now seemed ready to disappear forever. The tree did not feel sadness at this. Grief was an emotion beyond its comprehension. It did, however, have a distinct feeling that something was missing. The mountains of memories it had so carefully assembled had disappeared. The tree stretched its branches as far as it could, but new memories refused to flow. The pools of memories was a black, empty pit, a hollow place where life had once flourished. The tree had lost its purpose. There was nothing to be done but sift through the few remaining memories, littering the ground under its branches. This is why the tree was pleased when the young man and his companion entered the room. Well, this place is gloomy as hell. The room Shin had entered was almost completely empty. All he could see were a few crystals scattered haphazardly on the ground. Picking up one of the crystals and peering into it, Shin suddenly saw a familiar sight. It was the forest of myth, its villagers prisoners of their own dreams. I apologize, the tree thought. That is all that remains. Shin stared at the jewel, bewildered. A voice suddenly called out from the depths of his mind. The voice implored them to listen. It was an order. Following it was mandatory. Abruptly, the pair realized that they must listen. They must listen. Look there. A small shadowy presence appeared from beneath the floor. It appeared to be a shade. The shade grasped several jewels in its hand. More jewels tumble out of his mouth like shards of broken teeth. Sights and sounds tinkling from each one before vanishing forever. The creature was abusing the memories, treating the precious objects like a collection of cheap playroom toys. The shade appears to be consuming the memories. These things eat memories? The tree extended a branch towards Shin. Without a second thought, Shin brought his blade down on the shade, tearing its stomach wide. Jewels burst from the shade and poured across the chamber floor. Look, thought the tree. There is the conviction memory I had lost, and satisfaction, and many others as well. Yes, this is good. The tree opened its mouth and attempted to speak, but no sound emerged. A millennium of silence and solitude had caused the tree to forget certain things. Rather than be upset, it greeted the development with good cheer. Focusing all its power on the riddle of speech, the tree formed a kind of makeshift vocal cord and tried again. I implore. It spat out a glimmering green jewel. One more time. I implore you. There we are. What was the color of the lost envy? Green? Oh, is that wrong? Wait. Oh, am I looking at the wrong detail? Wait a minute.
Come on, we have to go back to that stupid land of words again?
Oh, I messed up. So it is different from the first time, all around. For both stories, I guess. I think I have to look at the color of the girl's eyes, I believe. Okay, let me get to that. If I remember, the girl's eyes was blue. Yeah. And this is 23 instead of 33. Okay. Let me skip through this. Because the first time it was green with envy, but I guess this time it might be blue. It spoke. The shade has intelligence and emotion. Who cares? Shin brushed the voice's comment aside as his sword sliced through the shade's right arm. The shade extended its remaining arm to Shin. I must touch him. I must make contact. The moment his fingers brushed against Shin, the tree felt his warm sensation begin to burn. Something hot coursed through its fingers, up its arm, and out to its entire body. It was emotion, more than the entity had felt in centuries. The tree cried out in surprise and joy. 1,000 years alone. 1,000 years in quiet contemplation. The tree felt like it was going to break apart. For long centuries, the tree had been alone, its heart sealed with heavy chains, but no more. New powerful emotions began to take hold, causing its heart to lighten. This was more than simple emotions that had been designed to feel. It was the beginnings of a soul. And the young man was the key. This was the promise made long ago. This was how it would be released. The tree's stomach began to throb in pain, a new and unpleasant sensation. But the time was not yet right. I implore you, how many were lost by the warrior who fought the red-eyed beasts? Her daughter in 23. Okay, riddle time is over. I'm gonna kill the stupid shade once and for all. Something round and shiny fell from the open stomach and clattered to the floor. The key, cried the book. Secure the key. The man's sword slowed. Time began to dilate around him, stretching and slowing. Time is essential. The next word must be heard. The words exploded. It became difficult to discern their meaning. The pool of memories began to crack as infinite blackness burrowed its way into the wall. This world is falling apart. How can a world of letters... I implore. Most important thing. World. Most important thing in the world? Yonah. The light was complete. The memories disappeared. The tree's identity began to dissolve. As the letter slowly faded, Shin was drawn back to the real world, and the tree was satisfied. So it was like the same stories but different details that we needed for the answers.
What in the... I never realized shades were capable of rational thought.
I don't care if they can tap dance and play the fiddle. I just want to kill them without all this hassle.
With the tree defeated, We no longer have to worry about being buried in its world of letters. Unless, of course, time itself begins to rewind.
So yeah, that's basically the same but different. Okay. So I guess most of the things we need to do in order to get the fragments will be the same, but maybe it will be added detail or different sort of things to experience. Maybe we'll see. What's next? Junk heap.
Popola said we might be able to find a key fragment in the junk heap.
Perhaps we can find a clue at Two Brothers' weaponry.
And then we find out that Gideon's brother died in the 5 years. But I think that we're gonna stop here for today. The side thing that we saw was kind of cool, playing as Puppeteer, but we're gonna stop here for today. Oh yeah. Sorry for the long-winded stream with that section that I wasn't expecting. But yeah, guys, we're gonna end here. Thank you to whoever hung out today. Appreciate you guys.